Good morning, third grade. Today we are going to be doing lesson 30 in our math books. It is connecting area and perimeter, and this time we are going to be talking mostly about perimeter, but they are going to be showing you how area and perimeter are connected to each other. So I have my paper, the whiteboard I have as well if I need to draw something. So first we're going to look at this first question. It says, Claire ran along the edges of the soccer field at school. She ran around the whole field one time. How far did she run? Well, we know that this side is 60 yards, so we know she already ran 60 yards. So I'm going to write that on my whiteboard. Then she ran 40 yards down the side. So there's another 40. Now before I even do anything, area is multiplication. Perimeter is addition. So perimeter, when it says perimeter, she ran around the outside only. She never touched the inside of the yard, okay, or the field. So she only ran on the outside, so we're just finding the outside numbers. So that's why you're adding. So I'm going to add 60 plus 40 first. We already know that equals 100. Now, she's going to run another 60. So you're going to add that. 60. And then she's going to run another 40, which equals 200 yards. Now it's not going to be square yards because we did not multiply. So she ran 200 yards altogether. So she just ran around the outside of it. So how many sides does the soccer field have? Well, let's look. 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. So we know that the answer to A is 4. How many long sides are there? Well, we have 2. We have 60 and we have 60. How many short sides are there? 2. 40 and 40. Now it wants to know how long are those short sides and how long are the long sides. The long sides are 60 and the short sides are 40. Explain how you could use these numbers to figure out how far Claire ran. Well, we could probably do what? If we wanted to find out if there's 62 times, we could do 60 times 2, and we could do 40 times 2. And then we can do what with those two sides, like we did in our area yesterday. You put them together, and you add them, and you still get your 200. I'm going to actually kind of skip around that part a little bit, just because it can get a little bit confusing. So we're going to move on to our next part. So it's going to show you. So the distance around the shape is the red line. This is the soccer field. That's the perimeter. Then it says you can find that perimeter by adding all of these up, which we did, and we got 200. The perimeter of the soccer field is 200. We got that answer. All right, let's reflect. Richard wants to put a fence around his backyard. Does he need to find the area or the perimeter of his backyard? What measurements does he need to find to figure out how much fencing he needs? Well, if he's putting a fence in, we know that the fence has to go all the way around the yard. So here's your fence. Now, if he's just putting it on the outside, not all over in the middle of the yard, we have to use perimeter. So what measurements does he need to find to figure out how much fence he needs? He needs to find the length and the width. So he needs to find both sides, the long sides and the short sides. Okay, that's just kind of like a little problem. Okay, so we need to read this problem below, and then we need to explore how to find the missing side length. Willis made an L-shaped pen for his pet rabbit. A pen is like an enclosure or a cage. The pen has 6 sides. That's different from our 4 that we just talked about. The perimeter is 10 meters. The lengths of the 5 of the sides are 1, 3, 2, and 1, and 1. What is the length of that 6th side? Well, what did they say that our entire thing is? Our entire perimeter is 10 meters. So that means you have to add all of these numbers up to get to 10. So let's look. Let's see. I'm going to put a circle around these. Okay, 1 plus 3 is 4. Plus 2 is 6. Plus 1 is 7. Plus 1 is 8. So we know all 5 of these equal 8. Now we need our question mark answer. Our question mark has to be something that we add all of these up and they equal 10 meters. So let's look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now we need to get to 10. 9, 10. So what is our length? Our question mark equals 2. So let's add them all up and see if they equal 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The perimeter is 10 meters. So we're only finding the outside this time. We don't need to find all of this space in here. That is area. This is area, what a shape covers. We just need the outside perimeter. The perimeter of the pen is 10 meters like we got. Okay, now we need to solve the problem. Explain how you find the perimeter of the shape if you knew all of the side lengths. Well, we would add them all up. You know the perimeter is 10. Explain how you can figure out the unknown side. What did we do? We added all of the sides that we already knew, and then we subtracted that number. So it subtracted 8 from 10 to get 2. So we knew our last side was 2. Write an equation to find the missing side length. Use a question mark for the number you do not know. So for our problem, our equation, we can do, look at my paper so I don't have to keep scrolling up. Let me find it. Okay, so we know that we have 1 meter plus 3 meters plus 2 meters plus 1 meter plus 1 meter plus question mark equals. Now, equals, we know it has to equal 10. Ran out of room. So we know it has to equal 10. So then we combine these. 1 plus 3 is 4. 2 plus 1 is 3. Plus 1 equals, plus question mark equals 10. 4 plus 3 equals 7. Plus 1 equals 8. Now we need to do 10 minus 8 gives us our last side. So our question mark, I'll show you. Our question mark equals 2. Now we'll circle our answer. So that's how we got our side. You can just add all of these up without breaking them apart like I did, but I was just showing you step by step in case you need to go back in them. Next, so you know that the perimeter is 10. Explain how we figured it out. We figured it out. Write an equation, did it. What is the length of the sixth side? Well, we said the length is 2 meters. I'm going to put an M for meters. Now let's look. Use what you just learned about the perimeter to solve these problems. Show your work on a separate sheet of paper if you have one, or a whiteboard, or anything. You have a journal you've been keeping, anything. It says Jordan has a kite, has 4 sides. 2 of those sides are 8 inches long. 2 of the sides are 12 inches long. What is the perimeter of the kite? Okay, so this picture does not go with this question, so don't answer it from this. So if he has a kite, I'm going to draw a picture so you can see it. And don't laugh at my drawings. Okay, so one side he said 2 sides are 8 and 2 sides are 12. So now we only need the perimeter, which is the outside. So we're going to add them all. So 8 plus 8 plus 12 plus 12 equals something. We can combine these up and make it easier. So what is 8 plus 8? We know is 16. 12 plus 12 is 24. And now we need to add 16 plus 24. Oops. I'm going to do it over here on my side. We know 6 plus 4 is 10. 0, we're going to carry the 1. 2 plus 1 is 3, plus 1 is 4. So we know that it is 40 inches long. I'm going to put inches in the circle. Now, number 8 has to do with the picture to the right. The perimeter of the shape is at the right. It is 18 feet. What is the unknown side length? So we're going to do this. I'm going to draw actually on here so you can see it because the shape is already here. So we only need the perimeter, which is the outside. So we need to do 3 plus 6. Wow. Plus 4 plus question mark. Wow. Equals, and we said it's 18 feet. So now we need to do, let's see. So 6 plus 4. I wonder if I can change this color. Maybe. Ooh. I'm going to try to change the color. Well, it's not going to let me. So we'll just stuff it. Okay. So 6 times 4, or 6 plus 4, wow, I can't talk, is 10. So we know that is 10. Plus 3 is 13. So I'm going to put plus 3 plus question mark equals 18. Now, 10 plus 3 is 13 plus question mark. So we know that this is 13. I don't know why it's doing that, but 13 plus question mark. Now we need to get from 13 to 18 to find this side. So we need to subtract 18 minus 13. 8 minus 3 is 5. 1 minus 1 is 0. So we know that question mark equals 5 feet. 5 feet. Just like that. All right, well, that is our introduction to lesson 30 perimeter. Lesson 30 part 2 will be tomorrow. I hope you guys learned something, and good luck on the quizzes. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Bye.